10 Signs you are suffering from toxic positivity. We all need to have the positive outlook in this life in order to make this life positive and balanced. It's something that others have praised. Simple ways such as smile on your face or being humble to others are kind of positivity of thinking you reflect on actions. But when positivity thinking goes too far, it can turn pretty sour. That's right, being happy for 24 hours and 7 days is not always good. We all need little rose-colored thinking to get us through this life. As human, embracing the negative emotions and throughout the life up and down is part of life itself. Forcing yourself to stay positive in a difficult times is not always a good thing, because you may have inherent fear of negative emotions. Then, you will be more often to feel sad and stressed for whatever the reason. The vicious cycle of this repressing emotion may explode at some point. That's why it's very essential to learn about the toxic positivity. According to psychiatrist Gayani da Silva, who described it as an insincere positivity that leads to harm, needless suffering, or misunderstanding. It's not only to repress your negative emotions, but also encourage people to always feel happy too. The words like cheer up or look on bright side might have good intentions, but somehow it is actually harm others. Unfortunately, social media also contributes to toxic positivity by declaring positive vibes only and other memes. So in order to know that you are suffering from toxic positivity, you need to listen the explanation in this video. There are many signs of toxic positivity you should know, so you can reevaluate your positive outlook. 1. You hide how you really feel. Do you often feel shame to express your true feelings? Or, you feel guilty of expressing your emotions to other people like partner, coworker, and other people around you? However, hiding the true feeling is the protective instinct. It will help to protect yourself and your relationship. But you also need to learn how to embrace all kinds of emotions, the good and the bad. Just release them in healthy ways you trust and move forward to get happy moments again. 2. You dismiss all negative feelings. According to a study from the University of Texas, it was found that when people avoid emotions, they actually get stronger over time. However, it takes massive toll on both their body and mind, resulting addiction to drug, excessive working, and poor relationship with many interpersonal challenges. If you often dismiss negative feelings, you are suffering from toxic positivity. So the best way is to find healthy coping mechanism to work through the feelings. You can do meditation or exercise, or talk with someone you trust about your negative emotions. 3. Feeling guilty about feeling sad or angry. Feeling sad and angry are natural mechanism of ourself, and nothing to worry about the feelings. However, for some people, it's hard to not feeling guilty about being sad or angry, especially if you see someone in a worse off position than you. But if you do this constantly and significantly feeling guilty about those emotions, it is obvious that you are suffering from toxic positivity. Whatever and whenever you feel, it's totally valid and it's only the hurdle of life to work through. Do not feel guilty when you feel angry or sad, so you can work through them and overcome them. 4. You hide behind positive sayings and quotes. If you often hide behind a bunch of positivity quotes like, think happy thoughts, it reinforces toxic positivity to yourself, and sharing this thought on social media also means that you try to their negative emotions feel redundant. So instead of reciting this kind of quote every time you feel down, just ask the things like, how can I help? Or are you okay? Or simply show them your support and say that you will always hear. You may not be the expert about their feelings, but your companion and sympathy are wonderful. 5. You wouldn't dare to be seen unhappy. This is the next common sign of someone who are suffering from toxic positivity. You always show the happy face at almost everything at both real life and social media life. You scared of people seeing you as anything other than a beaming beacon of happiness. For some reasons, people might not to be seen unhappy. Sometimes, we don't want to burden others with our negative emotions. Or, We want to protect ourselves from vulnerability. Life is not perfect, and sadness is the part of it we can obey. Release the burden of reaching an unachievable standard in your life. We need to normalize the imperfect life in social media. Don't make sadness and something shameful. 6. You scold people who lack positivity. It's natural to feel down when other people feeling down too. But people with toxic positivity will scold people who lack of positive emotions. However, the positive emotions can be hard to channel, especially those battling mental health issues like depression or anxiety. By doing this, you are dismissing their negative emotions, which are the part of our feeling. Just listen them, and suggest them professional help. 7. You tell other people that it could be worse. If you find other people feeling down, by saying that it could be worse is the way invalidating their emotions. As the result, it will make them feel guilty for the way they feel because others have it tougher. In fact, everyone copes with difficult things differently. Traumatic experience for someone could be something doesn't have any affect for another. Just empathize to other people's feeling because you can never truly know what another is going through. 8. Negativity makes you confused. If you often feel angry and confused with the negative emotions, it is the obvious sign that you are suffering from toxic positivity. Instead of being angry or confused with things that make us feeling down, just make sense of why we're feeling down. Sometimes it happens in what should be the best of times, and we need to find ways to work through our emotions and turn into healthy ways to release the negative ones. It is the fastest way to start feeling good again. 9. The stories of your life are always good. This life is not always sunshine and rainbow. Of course it's much easier to share the great and happy stories. But when you don't want to share the bad things happen in life even to your loved ones, you may be suffering from toxic positivity. However, telling stories related to negative emotions is a helpful way to get through and over the issues. Tell the story of your life, both good and bad, to someone you trust. 10. You just get on with it. If you often have hard time taking a moment to stop and notice the way that feeling and instead just get on with it, it's obvious that you have toxic positivity. It's the way to improve unhealthy habits which are detrimental for your mental health. Resilience is great skill, but it requires other people to fully recover from the issues. By suppressing emotions to be always positive, it would explode each certain time. Having positive outlook in this life is very important, but when it's 100% positive, it becomes harmful for our mental health. So anytime you feel negative emotions, just find the healthy way to work through it instead of forcing positivity.